Hey, 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 happy FriYAY, beautiful humans. I just was guided to get the singing bowl out, and then I was guided to hit go live. So that's what I'm doing. Let's just settle into the connection this evening. 5:55 on the clock. Change, intense change. Um, So welcome. Welcome. Let's just get into this. I feel like it's going to be short and sweet this evening, and I really feel strongly guided that tomorrow night we're not going to do a live. I'm just being called to go quiet. I'm quite honestly, sometimes I get tired of the sound of my own voice. so so with that being said, what a beautiful energy we're in, everyone. How are you doing? How was the Capricorn full moon for you? We're like 24 hours, about 30 hours on the other side of the full moon, and yet we're still swimming in. I just wanted to say the deliciousness of the energy. Um, For those who don't know, my name is lisalyle, and this is our growing space here on YouTube. And I trust that something here, the energy, if nothing else, is going to be supportive to you wherever you are on your spiritual awakening, your healing journey. And so tonight, Friday night, what we do is I come live. We touch a little bit on the energy of the time, usually the astrology. I'm freestyling it tonight. I did not bring my book in with me. I didn't actually spend a lot of time delving into the astrology of it all because it really feels like it's about the self-contained journey. And so, yes, there's astrology at play. We know this. And sometimes it's just about simply being and standing in the presence of the unfolding that is your divine human experience. So, tonight, I pull cards for all of you. I'm going to touch on the collective energy that we're all playing within, and it's really quite beautiful. And it's really, I will be honest, today I have felt rather unsettled, a little bit like almost like a bit of a sick to my stomach feeling. And I was wondering what that is. And perhaps it's just the unknowing, right? If we've been doing our work, if we've been shedding and clearing away and polishing our shine, um, then we're probably in this space it's like the liminal space, the space between what was and what it will be. Well, presently, taking responsibility to show up as the current, as the receiver and transmitter, and the one that's really here doing the legwork, doing the um, roll up your sleeves and take responsibility journey. And for your part in all of the unfolding, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up. Your heart, your wisdom, your pain healed is the medicine that transcends timelines and really brings the divine human online. And as a vessel of the divine human, many of you are here for reunion and union in the third dimension in the human, HUE, man experience. So that this is the book I was guided to play in again, and as you can see, it's a favorite of mine, and that's what we're here to be. That's what we're here to free. We're here to free ourselves from beneath the sheath of deceit. And I'm hearing still waters run deep. Stagnancy does not complete the expansiveness of the mission that we came for. So, how do we move into this clean slate energy that we were told about back with the, I believe it was the Gemini new moon? We're still in Cancer season, so I don't think it was it was the Cancer new moon. It was the Gemini new moon for sure that we were, it was, the message came through that we had completed karmic cycles. Like we had, hey, happy Friday, Mo. How's the week? How was your week, sister? Welcome. Welcome home. So back then, so that would have been in May, we were told about this wrapping up of a cycle and this opening into what is and what has always been meant for us in this experience. As the hey Colleen, how's it going, sis? Welcome. Nice to see you again. How was your week? Any changes to share? Exciting news to share with us? I so hope some good news. So where we are, we're at this place of this leap into the unknown. And there's discomfort that comes with that within us, the home, the vessel, the home of the eternal soul, which is shifting us in miraculous ways through the phases and ages of being divinely human to this current point in time, in this lifetime, where we experience reunion and a restoration through union of the sacredness of playing in creation. And there's a lot of work that each of us have to do on our own. Like we have to do work in our own homes, right? No one's coming to our house to clean our house unless we're paying them to do so. And that's never been in my wheelhouse. I haven't paid anyone to come in and clean my house because it's our dirty work, if you will. It's our inner work that we're here to do. So for tonight's interactive components, I was guided to two decks, the chakra deck and the archetype oracle. And so before starting, I was guided to connect with some energy for myself, because one thing that's been running through the mind, one thing, doubt creeps in. If we're in our heart space, if we're in the moment, everything is at ease. When we're in this space, we're at ease, we're balanced. There was also normally on a Friday night, I'm seated, and tonight there was like, no way, Jose, you're not sitting down. This is about standing and really, and I just heard standing proud, standing your ground. We have personally and collectively overcome so many obstacles, and it's like we have opened in our unique experiences in the third dimension. It's like we have unlocked treasures, unlocked. I'm not a video game person. Unlocked. No, we've unlocked unlimited potential. And so the first card that came out was the visualization card. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you. Yes. Like when doubt creeps in, when doubt, and we're at play in this full moon energy, Capricorn, the archetype of the devil. So we may, because we're always coming up against ourselves, this doubt may creep in. And this card, when it came out, it was like, oh my gosh, Lisa, calm down. Like, relax, relax, relax into the newness of being. The newness of being. And the words on the card are imagination, focus, experience, and manifestation. We are the unlimited potential that has unlocked from the inside. 1111. Sacred keys of the divine. With the 4 there, as those of you who know me know, that's my number for the angels. And it's also the number for the emperor, the divine masculine. There's a lot of divine masculine, actually, energy around these days that's incredibly supportive from the etheric realms, from the unseen. It's almost like conversations with the masculine. It's so strange, and yet it's so quite magical, actually. Oh gosh. Okay, so the next card out after the visualization card was this beauty, passion. And it's a number 25, which reduces to a 7, which is about our physical vessel and the 7 main chakras along our spine, opening and aligning from the heart down, healing and clearing and connecting with Mother Earth, working with the mother energy to heal. And then above the heart, drawing down and bringing in the support, the imagination, the information from the etheric realms, bringing that down through our physical body, connecting with the earth, and then beginning to draw up to be restored and renewed and replenished through our connection to the feminine essence. And 7 is the number of the chariot, right? So I've said it, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The chariot isn't some, knight in shining armor or somebody going to come up, roll up it with and say, hop into my chariot. No, we're the chariot. We are the vessel. And it is through us that the forward movement takes place, or hopefully we're able to initiate the step into the unknown, into the passion, into the desire, the fun, the fulfillment, the joy. I mean, if that's not what we're here for, girls and boys, I don't know. I want off the ride if that's not the experience. And yet it is the experience. And we don't have, again, the experience is about the inner work, the inner homecoming, if you will, the inner reunion with the purity of essence that lives within you and has lived underneath the density of the experience. And so, what is the best way forward for us at this time? It's the path of forgiveness. And it's a number 23. And as you know, since Frank transitioned, 2332, which comes to 55, is the number for me for the divine masculine. And it says letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. And I'm just really drawn to the make a wish. That's what I'm hearing. Make a wish with the dandelion here. This is all heart chakra energy. And the final card on the bottom of the deck was this, because they said, look at the bottom of the deck. I was guided to pull 3 cards, and then I heard, look at the bottom of the deck. I love it. The mind. And yet, you know, this is the third eye. It is the home of our imagination. If we look at the brain, you know, instead of, you know, as a Virgo, I understand what it means to like have anal eyes and analyze everything and dissect it. And, you know, I spent a lot of years living in that energy, and it's just too much. And the only energy that truly supported my ability to move with grace and strength and courage and periods of stability in life is through the heart, is honoring what the heart knows, what the heart feels, where the heart guides, where the heart is always connected and tethered to spirit, loving source, creator, God, and it's beyond the mind. And this is a number 38, which comes to an 11. Again, that make-a-wish energy, that master, that first master number that we experience in our life at the age of 11. And at that time, we're in the development of the sacral chakra, the space between our hips. And if you've been paying attention, if you've been flowing along, if you've been hanging out here a bit, you'll know that we've just made huge breakthroughs through that hip space. And it takes a little time to, what do I want to say? Like to catch up. It's not really catch up. We have to create space that we can integrate, because there's nothing to catch up to. Everything's perfectly divine. Everything's divinely timed. And it's really about us growing up moment to moment with openness, not just of mind, of heart as well. Openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. And didn't we have imagination here on the very first card as well? We did. So we've got 2 cards of the third eye and 2 cards of the heart. And the message of forgiveness. And forgiveness is always an inside job. We must forgive ourselves for the things we think we've done, or, you know, all of it. And we'll never be able to truly forgive another for their trespasses, perceived or otherwise, until we walk ourselves home to our own inner light. And how do we get there? Personally, the experiences has been through the connection to source. Has the human tripped herself up along the way, messed up? I mean, effed up. I'm not going to say it here. More refined. You know, we've all done that. And so to forgive ourselves is a great gift that we give ourselves. When we move out of the mind, when we take the visualization of the mind, what we can imagine to be our experience, and integrate it through the heart, anchor it through the heart to the mother of all, Mother Earth, the planet we all call home. So that's that for that. And I'm going to get to pulling cards. I really feel like called to cut it short. I really feel called to conserve my energy. I'm tired. I have to be honest. I'm tired. I'm pooped. And I'm just taken to laying around. I like laying around these days. And so that's what I'm going to do. Perhaps tomorrow I will record something. No pressure. I don't feel any pressure. I feel really called to go to nature and find a spot. So I think that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And unless spirit guides me otherwise, tomorrow night we won't be here live. I'm going to just chillax in my nest. Sacral chakra. Deal with the emotions. Like, who's feeling all in the emotions? We're still in Cancer season, so yes, of course. And the sacral chakra is the home to our emotions. And it's a number 8 energy, the strength card. It takes great strength and courage to honor the depth of our own emotions. And it also takes great strength and courage to be the potion, if you will, the healing potion, the healing balm for ourselves when we're in the emotions. I'm all up in the feels these days. And, can't say it always feels great. Yeah, it does create space, though, to create. Look at that, double 8s. Oh my gosh. Forget lucky 7s, double 8s. We're the abundant floodgate, strength and courage. And it feels like some great shifts are taking place between now and the Lion's Gate, 8-8, Leo season. The Leo new moon is our next new moon. Making moves. And there we have imagination again, 3 times. 3rd time's a charm. You don't have to twist my arm. I don't know where that came from. Just 2112. Again, that divine masculine energy at play in creation. And you know what? We may not, trust me, my closest relationships are with the unseen realms. Truly, that is my truth. And I'm so grateful for the unseen realms that encourage me and inspire me and motivate me to continue to show up as a delight in the world. And as I am seen in the spiritual realm. And this card talks about creativity, the new reading material at play in creation. And the words on the card are imagination, expression, originality, and passion. Twice with passion, 3 times with imagination, double 8s. I mean, we're it. No, we had another. Did we have another 8 somewhere? Anyways, let me check in on the live chat. We've got Colleen and Dawn here. And you're settling into the new workspace, Mo, like with ease and grace, I imagine. Yay, Colleen, fingers crossed for the 15th. That's my parents' wedding anniversary on the 15th, and it will be July 15th is going to be how many years? A lot of years. Apparently my brain's not working right now. Sorry, guys. I can't do math right now. It has been 26, 27, 37, 37 years. 37 years. I'll figure it out after. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. So if you'd like me to pull cards for you and you're new here, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the live chat. If there's no engagement, it's going to be short and sweet tonight because I'm going to honor the voice in me that says, slow your roll, Lisa. It's okay. Trust what you know. Everything's going to be okay. Chirp, chirp, little bird. No, I left the crystal at the creek. Thank you for asking. I did have the thought. It popped in a few times during the week, and I really feel that, and as I shared here when I left it there, that I've often gone back, like sheer panic when I leave a crystal behind. And this time it was totally different. It was totally different. There was no panic. There was no real like, oh my gosh, I got to get it. And as the week's gone on, it's been more of an understanding that it needs to be with the mother. It needs to be with the earth. And as that connection goes, it's incredibly supportive to me because I'm very connected to that stone. I've had it for a lot of years. And like I mentioned here, it was in the shape of like the sacral chakra, a womb. And so, I may go down and visit it and see if I can connect with it again. I don't feel called at all at this stage of the game to go and look for it and bring it home. And that it feels really special, actually. Just kind of letting go and settling into the unfolding. Emotional roller coaster. Yeah. I mean, I've been pretty weepy this week. And one night it was like in bed, like real sobs. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And that's how it seems to be going these days, is like the wave of emotion just comes up from out of nowhere. And when it does, it's quite startling. And we may feel the urge to like pull back and stop ourselves. I know I've done that. And then in the same moment, it's also like, no, this is a part of being in the flow. This is a part of being at play in creation, is allowing the process of release. And it's the release of grief, a lifetime of grief, lifetimes of grief. And it ultimately comes down to, again, our ability to be present and show up for ourselves as our divinity, as the vessel of an eternal soul here, having a temporary human, HUE, experience, HUEMAN, experience. And we're experienced and we're entering a new phase. It's like a level up. It's a lucky phase. Gone are the days of shrinking and playing small, forgetting who you are. We remember now and we act accordingly going forward. And, the universe is saying, yes, joy, joy, joy. This is where joy is stored. It's also where, while they say the lungs hold grief, I would also imagine that because the sacral chakra is the home of repressed emotions, we can push that grief energy, and perhaps that grief energy is seated as a child when something happens that we don't understand, or something happens that hurts us or traumatizes us or has us feeling abandoned. So in order to experience the joy and the expansion of and through the sacral chakra, we must address what we hold back there through creativity. And creativity supports our healing. Wow, 3 months. Time flies. Yeah, time keeps on slipping. Like, I can't believe it's July 11th. Like, wow. Okay, so Colleen wants a card. Mo wants a card. Yeah, and I feel that the crystal is exactly where it's meant to be. And it's almost like it's a similar energy as when Frank transitioned. And the immediate message I heard the first night, like within hours after he transitioned, was as the star, a shooting star moved through Orion's belt. The message I received is he was free and he could help me now better from his new station. And I have absolute faith and confidence in that spiritual energy that supports me, because that man loved me and that man saw me. And so, yeah, with him on my side. Oh my gosh. Geesh. Steamy, okay. And this is like the 13 energy is the death card, the death of the old and the birth of something new. This is for all of us. And again, the words on the card, I don't really want to, well, I guess I could hold that. I could put my thumb there. But the words on the card are openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. Yes, what we all deserve. Sacred connections. supports remembering, and supports expanded awakening. Co-creation, creativity, abundance unseen, tapping into the abundance of the unseen. When we're tuned into the spiritual realms, and when we know that we walk with the gang that we walk with, like, life's pretty cool. I feel really, I will say, it feels like I feel very proud of myself. In this year, 2025 has been an incredibly expansive year. It's been a humbling year. It's been a challenging year. And yet here, more than halfway through the Gregorian year, I feel so, free at last, free at last. And I have such complete faith in the unfolding. I have an idea of how it's going to go. No, I don't really have an idea of how it's going to go. I have an idea of, I'm going to keep my ideas to myself. I'm going silent for a while. So let's thank you, Colleen. We all should be proud of ourselves. And it's not, I can remember being young, and if you if you were proud of yourself, of an accomplishment, more often than not, I was in a space where it was like, oh, don't be boastful. It's like boastful, or what was the other word? Like, I don't know. Again, my brain's not working. My brain's not working these days. Pride. Yeah. Pride. Don't be so proud of yourself, or don't get too big for your britches. What the heck is britches? I have soul itches, man. I don't know. Britches? Is it like underwear, like bloomers or something from, I don't know, or is it something to do with a horse, or your britches, your pants? Oh, look what card came out again. Perhaps there's a call to forgive the divine masculine. Perhaps that's the call. And perhaps the call to the masculine is to forgive yourself. Pair of pants. Yeah. Yeah, of course, Devin. 100%. Welcome. Everyone, welcome Devin. Divine masculines in the house. Maybe that's just an assumption. Devin, I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. But here we go again. So I'm going to get to the card pulling for all of you. And it'll be a 2-card pull for each of you. And we're going to work with the archetype. What's this one called again? The Wisdom of the Archetype Oracle. And this is the Chakra Healing Oracle. So we're going to start with the card pulls. And first up is Colleen, dear sister of my heart. Welcome back to another Friday night. Thank you for continuing to show up in your endless stream of love and support. Yeah, too big for your britches. But I always see, like, when I hear too big for your britches, that's what I think about. Like the bloomers, the underclothing that you would have wore back in like pioneer times, Little House on the Prairie with the big skirts over it. Too big for your britches. Ah, my pleasure, honestly. Okay, so Colleen, here we go. Wow. Colleen, I feel like with this card coming out tonight and having some, connection with you, what I'm really feeling like your days, the days of the feminine essence, in a space of begging to be seen, begging to be acknowledged. Oh, please, please pay attention to me, are done. Done. That's not, that's not fun, and that's not love, because what we bring to the table at this time is specifically the essence of the divine and the essence of the feminine. And Colleen, you are a beautiful, beautiful, loving, and compassionate embodiment of the feminine essence. And I see you, and I so value the journey that you have been through and that you continue to move through with grace and ease. And what it says here confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. And so this feels where you're sitting right now, Colleen, is the breakthrough. And I've been speaking about it in my personal experience for the last, well, it's all the time. And we've really seen massive shifts in the last 10 days or so and felt them. So I feel like you're very much on this. It's not like a cliffhanger, is it? What is it called? The precipice, the jumping off point. It's like the sacred fool, right? The zero card, the start again, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And where does self-esteem reside in our body? In the sacral chakra, the home of self-worth, the home of, the home of creativity. And yet our creativity has been, for many generations, stifled via the abuse and use of a misuse of power in this dimension of co-creation. And we're the bridge of the spirit into, the divine, beyond our mind. The heart beats, and within each of us, within you, Colleen, is this ancient the ancient mystic is being reborn. And the shadow attributes here is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. And that's not true for you. So that doesn't really resonate. That doesn't really resonate as something for you. And yeah, I'm hearing, like, I'm seeing these as like tapes, the movie reels and stuff. That's what I'm seeing there, as well as like the Wheel of Fortune. Like, this is making breakthroughs for the remainder of the Gregorian 2025 as we move into and closer to the energy of the wheel, right? The wheel is turning. And so you did say you were on an emotional roller coaster, and this is what we've got. And it's an 11 again. You're the master. You're the gateway. You're the controller. You're the gatekeeper, if you will. And that's why I feel that there was a strong call to stand tonight. Like, I had the setup so I could sit down, and there was like, there's no way I'm going to sit tonight. It feels very important to be standing and in align with our power. And it's not of the mind. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Is it racing? Is it at ease? What kind of, as I mentioned earlier, there was this nervous energy about today, like almost a sick to the stomach energy. So again, it's just about showing up for yourself and being present for yourself in the moment, through all your moods, through all the emotions, and to be the balance. We're here to be the balance. And we've got a 36 energy here, which is a 9, which is the Hermit, which is the year that we're in. I have to find a Kleenex. I'm literally dripping sweat. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So, Colleen, it's like using your imagination, integration of the imagination with the heart's desire, igniting the inner fire, working with your breath to clear some of the density of the emotions. And stay focused on your vision. Love is winning. Yeah, you know, that's a panic attack. Yeah, accepting help can be challenging, right? Especially for those of us who have, perhaps it's time to take this off. Um, Especially for those of us who have spent a lot of time doing life on our own, right? When someone comes up and offers help, the tendency, or perhaps the program, is oh, like, what do they expect of me? You know, what's the hook, what's the catch? Because oftentimes there have been hooks and catches, right? It doesn't feel like that anymore. We are really here to open our hearts more, to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to be seen, and to be the receptive as the feminine, to be the authority on receptive energy. The masculine is the active energy, right? The feminine is the receptive. This is a part of the restoration, and bringing that balance, that sacredness back to union is embracing your role. And so for all of us women, and for you, Colleen, because I'm connecting with you right now, it is about being settling into the receptive energy. And how that may look may be different for each of us. What I find it looks like these days is honoring the call, honoring the voice within, and resting more, resting, integrating, deepening um, the conscious contact with the spiritual realms. So, Colleen, I trust that that resonated with you. Thank you so much for showing up and letting me connect and pull some cards for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next up, Miss Mo or Dawn, and I'm being guided to start with the chakra card for you. Yeah, it is your turn, and I feel, yes, that's a great list. You know, affirm that, open to that. Miss Mo, look at you. Look at you grow, sis. Insight. And this is 42, the six energy, the lovers, the choice point. Are we making choices that support? Are we making choices that support passion, support joy and fun? And, you know, again, the experience of being? Or are we, you know, Dawn, this is for you, Dawn, and you are choosing you. That's what I just heard. You're choosing you, and keep going, because as you pointed out earlier in the live stream, is that time is going. Like, time is really moving along. We can dig our heels in, and we can say, no, whoa, no, freedom horse, I don't want to go yet. I don't want to go yet. I'll just stand here. You know, I'll stand here because I don't know. I don't know what's out there. Go, go, go for it. That's the message. Go for it. Make the choice. Make the choice for more love. Show yourself more love. And in these moments when you show up for yourself, whether it's in the tub, whether it's in the forest, whether it's, you know, wherever it is, by showing up for yourself, you are gaining an expanded understanding. And you may not feel it, you may not see it in your experience yet. Well, actually, they're saying, no, you do feel it. You're feeling something. You're so welcome, Colleen. You're feeling something in your field. Oh, maybe you're feeling an energy vampire in your field. Yuck. Buzz off. Cut that cord. Where's my little obsidian knife? Let's, like, just cut that cord. Cut it right off, because we don't have time and space. And this at play in creation in this now moment. Yeah, just be a subscriber, Helga, and I'll pull cards for all subscribers that are here for the live if I don't melt before your very eyes. what I'm really hearing, Dawn, is that this is about boundaries, creating boundaries, because when we're at play in this energy and really on this planetary realm, we're always going to, as one here on the spiritual awakening journey, as one here, I'm sweating, I feel ridiculous. As one here on the awakening, the journey of the soul, we're continually refining our connections. And so we're getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And the brighter and brighter and brighter we get, there'll be others who go, hey, what's going on? What's going on with them? What's going on over there? And want to get in on it. And we really want to be very discerning on who we let into our space. Because a vampire doesn't give, a vampire just takes, suck the life right out of you. And in the meantime, feel a rise in their own energy because they are basically draining yours. So, well, I'm menopausal for one, and it always gets hot. Yeah, the list is still open as long as you're a subscriber to the channel, Natty Nat. I always get hot in the presence of spirit, and you guys are amazing, and your team, your crew is amazing too. And it is hot here. I'm in Ontario, Canada, and it's very warm. Our manufactured, engineered weather, it's ridiculous. So Mo, just be aware of people in your energy that really aren't deserving of being in your space, and fully stop that and cut that off. And, you know, I just heard turn the other cheek, but don't look back that way. Right. And perhaps that's a part of the journey of forgiveness that we're all experiencing around the masculine energy, and the masculine perhaps towards themselves. So light makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Yeah. And you feel that, right, Mo? When I know you, we've known each other for a long time. And so this is just a reminder, because you are more powerful than any of these, like, what do I want to say? Those that want to ride on your coattails or whatever. No, no, no. So this is a time of, and as we're going, I feel for you, Mo, as we move towards Mercury retrograde, which is coming on the 17th of July till August the 12th. So the Mercury will be retrograde through the Lion's Gate, which feels pretty powerful too. We'll delve into that closer. For you, though, Mo, it feels like as we continue to move into Leo season, there's still this call for you to, like, refine your own personal practices in your day-to-day, and to really make sure that you're creating space to get to nature. You're, like, at heart, you are an adventurer. And it feels like there's a call for you to get back to some adventure and some new experiences in your life. As you gain this deeper understanding and as you awaken further, you continue to do the inner work. And for that, sister, I thank you so, so much. And thank you for continuing to gift your presence to me in this lifetime. I am so grateful. So I hope that resonated with you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I dropped a card here. Did we read what it said as the shadow? Depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Yeah. No, codependent no more. We don't play there. We're not playing there. Okay, so who was next? Is Devin? I don't read unless I know people are here, so I can tune into your energy. So Devin, if you're here, drop a heart in the link. Otherwise, I will move on to, I believe it's Helga. Oh, there you are, Devin. You're still here. Okay. Cool, cool. Let me take a drink. And you know what? I'm going to just light some Palo Santo. So there's something to that for you, Devin. There feels like there's a need for you to keep your space clear, to keep yourself. Well, the fact that you made your way here to this space, you are definitely a seed of change in this experience. One here to be of service to the greatest and highest good of the collective of the human, HUEMAN family, a healer, a mentor, and perhaps even an earth angel. It's really interesting that, there's something about your energy and something about the need for focus on your spiritual essence. So really spending daily time and space to nurture yourself, not as the human, Devin, as the spiritual being, having a human experience. And our spiritual essence requires different things than our human requires. And yet it is, what is that? There is some energy in your field, Devin, that just, again, there is a call for you to, I don't know if it's clean up your act, although I did just hear clean up your act. So with the greatest amount of respect, I only share what comes through. But yeah, and then I just heard be good to you. So self-care, Devin, could be a top priority as you move through this shift, because there is we're all working within the energy. We all work under the same planetary alignments and energies and all the the sunrise and setting and all of this. Excuse me. One of the energies that we're working with now, which is really exciting, is Jupiter in the sign of Cancer for a year. So it's been there for about a month now, and will be there until June 30th of 2026. And this is really about our expansion into our spiritual essence, into our spiritual path of service. And like I said, anyone who is connected here is truly here on a really important mission. And you've probably felt that. And in order for us to achieve and to manifest and to bring to this life the experience of heaven on earth, we have to do the inner work. We have to show up for ourselves first, and so that we may be the living, breathing, shining example of source. And, love yourself more is what I just heard. So let's get you an archetype card. Well, nice to meet you, Devin. Nice to meet you. Whew. So I just heard the message, listen to the voice within you. There's a voice within you. You already know what to do. And it's almost like a kick in the pants. I guess we're all on the bloomers or breeches and pants focus tonight. Like, it's a little bit of a kick in the pants. And I feel that kick coming from Archangel Michael, who is the archangel who sits in the southern direction on the medicine wheel. And it supports those of us here on planetary missions with fulfilling it. He's the blue angel, resonates with the throat chakra, encouraging us to speak and communicate our truth. He protects us with his sword of truth. And we are called, with his shield, and with his sword of truth, we can cut through these energetic connections and ties that don't support us to thrive. And they're usually the ties of our own mind. Sometimes we get our minds made up about a certain thing. Yeah. And when we're rebellious, ultimately, think about the rebellious teenager. How many of you were rebellious teenagers? Think about the rebellious teenager that's like, I'm just going to go out there and do it. My parents, they don't know anything. I know it all. I'm like 15 or 16. You're 23. Okay, so you're still quite young. And my son's 21. But we think that we know everything. I'm not 23. I'm 54. I'll be 55 in a little bit more than a month. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it, because I have the joy or the spirit of that's really quite childlike. Yes, 1970. Wow. Yeah. So let me tell you, Devin, and you probably are starting to experience that at your tender age. And 23 is that number, again, for my number for the divine masculine, since a dear masculine energy transitioned in my life back in 2018. That's the number, and it reduces to a 5. And 5 is the number of change, and it's the Hierophant in the major arcana of the Tarot. And the Hierophant is traditional. And so he really is the essence of the masculine. And it speaks, the fact that he's come in to your messages here tonight, Devin, really speaks of this is your role. You are here to step into a role of leadership, into a role of, and it's not, it's not like clawing your way to the top of some material ladder and acquiring all this stuff. It's not at all. And what an honor for me to have someone as young and as wise as you connecting here with this space, because it gives me hope. It gives me hope for the energy of the sacred leadership, the sacred and balanced leadership of the masculine and feminine working in energetic harmonics, if you will. I don't know. They keep telling me to look at this card. So here we go, Devin. And this is... I just felt like I wanted to cry a little bit. And then the card under that, I'm going to turn the deck because I could probably keep going. So we got the wounded child, and then we've got the advocate. And like I said, when I connect with the wounded child, I really feel quite emotional, because that's the story of all of us. That's the story of all of us. The child, and if you're new here, and I know you are, Devin, or maybe you're not, maybe it's your first time showing up in the chat, and I'm so grateful you did. We've been speaking for quite some time about the need for us to show up for the child that we were. And 2 weeks ago, there was a message of that we were being called to go back to connect with the child we were as early as we can remember in our life. For some of us, we have to go back a lot further than 2002, Devin. But to go back to yourself as a child in bed, and what were the thoughts going on in your head? What were the feelings that you were experiencing? And how did you get through? What was the energy that you were connecting with? And I would suspect strongly that it was a spiritual energy, a God, a creator of your understanding. Wow, that's super cool. And so hopefully the revisit to your childhood, perhaps your childhood home or space, is really going to support you to step into this energy of being less rebellious. It was an energy of being less rebellious, because as I was starting to say, as the rebellious child, as the rebellious teen, ultimately, who suffers the greatest by the choices and decisions that we begin to make for ourselves at some particular point in time after experiencing pain and trauma earlier in our life. And that's always the answer. It's always about ourselves. And so we go out there and do self-destructive things as a teen. Lots of teens that were carried trauma into from childhood into their teen years, which is all of us, right? We end up with a lot of promiscuity in teenage years. We end up with a lot of um, uh, addiction issues. We end up doing things that young people shouldn't be involved in and engaged in doing because it feels good, or because we're looking for love and we mistake lust for love. And we must heal that. And you're young, Devin. You're up here in the heart chakras development now. You're in the development of the heart. So each of the chakras is a 7-year development period. The root, the sacral, and then the solar plexus, and then the heart. So Devin, it's really important at this time, while you're young and your brain still works well, it's still developing actually. And that's a beautiful thing. It's like, and there's what I'm guided to say, Devin, is take the time that you're being called to take and show up for yourself in really sacred ways. And at the initial point of our connection this evening, I was guided to light the Palo Santo and bring that message through about you beginning to bring some sacredness into your day-to-day experience. And trust your own intuition on that. There's no guidebook, like there's no book. There might be a book out there, Spirituality for Dummies. Let's just write our own books. Did you see that? Did you guys see that? Oh my God. Did you see that? There's a lot of like orbs around tonight. Oh, how delightful. That, and Devin, that speaks of your energy. Like, thank you for bringing your energy into this space. What a gift. Yeah, what a gift. And so then the advocate card was underneath the wounded child card, Devin. And this is about you showing up for yourself and advocating for yourself. And again, advocating for yourself is showing up for yourself, for that child, for the childhood that feels like another dimension, and healing any of the residual wounds and stuff that may show up for you. We must heal in order, and our healing takes place again below the heart before the age of 21. And now at 23, you'll be in the heart space until you're 28. And so you really want to do what you're being called to do this time so that you can go forth in your life and co-create the life of your dreams and truly co-create an experience of heaven while here on earth, because there's no government in the world that's going to do it for you. In fact, they're seeking to make it so that we don't experience our birthright. And it's up to you and I, the boys and girls, the children of light, to wake up and show up for ourselves. And so that's what you're here for, Devin. Advocate for yourself. Inspires you to put compassion into action. And actually, love is an action, not an emotion. So taking loving action, awesome. Taking loving action on a path of daily devotion toward yourself, to the beautiful child of light that lives within you currently and has lived your experience and survived and landed here tonight because you're meant to thrive and change, to be a seed of change in a world that wants us all to be the same is so friggin' uncomfortable, because it feels like we're standing alone, but we're not. We're in the company of friends and family. And hey, you know, even though I walk alone, I've got a whole spiritual tribe that walks behind me at my side. It's like they're announcing my presence. And I feel so grateful for, excuse me, so grateful for the ability to have this experience that, you know, my journey, Devin, my journey started back in, you know, when I was about your age. And it's been an ongoing quest. It's like a vision quest. And it just gets better and better as long as we continue to allow our heart to lead the way. No, the growing pains aren't for the weak or faint of heart. They're, oh my gosh, we got this card again. And you know, this is a trigger for lots. So it's like sexuality, and this is a way. And so it's a number 13, which is the death card, which is also the number of the divine feminine. And so this is how the wounds are perpetuated quite often through the root and sacral chakra. We've already spoken about promiscuity and just inappropriate, and even the stuff that, you know, people like to watch on the hub. It's terrible. It is terrible for us. It is terrible for it's very harmful to our energetics. And if we're engaging in sex conduct that is from an unhealed space, all we do is perpetuate the wounds of one another. And then there's hooks and triggers. And this is where we see toxic relationships come to life. And you're one of the real ones here, Devin, to come back home to a space where you show up for yourself emotionally and really harness your power in regard to, I'm hearing, bringing honor to your life each and every hour, and not engaging in things that diminish your feelings and sense of worth. In loving partnership, we would never question our worth. And in fact, loving and healed connections support great expansion and support depths and levels of healing that could not be done on our own, alone. And yet, sometimes we like to stay in that energy because it feels good. We know what to expect. I can assure you that on the other side of it, it doesn't feel so good. And it can lead to things like depression. It can lead to just ongoing toxicity. And so I feel like you're here to break free from that by the pathway of being honest with yourself, seeing yourself as a brilliant, go look at yourself in the mirror, Devin. Go look at yourself in the mirror. Look into your eyes, and what do you see? Beyond the fear, what lives here is what I heard. Beyond the fear, what lives here? And this is like the area of the high heart. So focus on the positive, focus on the things that you can change, release and let go of the things you can't change. And please, Devin, come back and visit here again. Thank you so much for coming here tonight, allowing me to connect and read with you, for you, and tap into your energy. Your energy is quite lovely, and I trust that these messages resonate with and support you. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you. And then next, was it Helga? Helga? Send it to Iceland, the heat. I would love to come to Iceland one day. I'd love to sleep in an igloo one day, I think. Maybe that's when I go to Nunavut, right? Some of you have heard me say Nunavut all the time, and I always think of Nunavut. So maybe I'll go to Nunavut and sleep in an igloo. Okay, Helga, let me know if you're here. Natty Nat. So Helga, and then Natty Nat, if Natty Nat is still here. So we've got Helga, Natty Nat. Let me know if you're here, ladies. Okay, Helga, you're up. Let me grab a drink. So Helga, I just heard that song. I heard that song, Drops of Jupiter. So there's something about that. There's something about the importance of, you're up next, Natty Nat. Right now we're with Helga. You're not being rude. So Helga, the song Drops of Jupiter came in. And what I'm really feeling is like, it's time for you to really tap in to the magical, mystical component of your life. And as it said many, many times, those of you who land here and resonate with anything here are beautiful. You're the poets, the mystics, the poets, the mystics, the ones here to bring ancient wisdom back to the forefront. And it's not something that we go and discover in a book. It's something that's uncovered by the healing journey within. And so there is a call for, I just heard, let the magic in. Let the magic in, Helga. Begin again. Let the magic in, begin again. You are not a slave to your past. You're not a slave to anything. The grindstone, the mind stone, the third eye blind stone. You are not a slave to anything unless you choose to be. And so there is a call here to let go and make a choice. Make choices and decisions that support you. I don't really answer questions, Helga. I just share what's coming through. And then if you want any further clarity, or if you want to look at other things that I offer outside of this free offering, you can go and look at my website. It was 1111, make a wish. I can't tell you how to do it. I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing myself. I've been saying that all week. Who knows? I just show up. I show up and trust whatever comes through. And by some happy circumstance, things resonate. And so nobody can tell us what to do. In fact, we would be quite upset if someone told us what to do and how to do it and when to do it. We'd be like Devin said, the rebel, right? The pushback. No. So where are you? What things are you attached to in your life? And is your attachment to such things, people, places, or things, does it elevate you, or is it a depleting energy in your life? Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Okay, so you asked, how do I do that? How do you break free? There. Surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Or, this is the ego at play, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Right? A government coming to save you, a savior coming to save you, the aliens coming to save us. No, we save ourselves via the walk with our heart, via the walk with our emotions, the riding the waves of our emotions day to day. You're not a slave. They keep saying, look at the bottom card. Oh, that's hilarious. The Lover. We have 6 live viewers and 6 thumbs up. Awesome for the balanced exchange. Thank you. And Lovers is the choice card of the tarot. Before it was called the Lovers, it was called the choice card. And so you make the choice of your heart. There's a choice to be made. And letting the magician in is the willingness to begin again, to start over, starting from scratch, right? And opening to the magic there in Iceland, opening to the magic and wonder of life in Iceland, the life of Helga in Iceland. Where is the magic and wonder? What do you see? What does it look like? Yeah, absolutely, sweet Farish. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel. You hit that subscribe button. And if you do, then I can connect with you. And that's a way to balance the exchange and support the exchange. So Helga, perhaps it's time to sit and reflect on where is the magic in Helga's life? Can you point it out? Can you see it? Go look in the mirror, quick. Because you're the magician. You're the conduit. You're everything. The creator. A random person. Well, we're all just kind of random people. Tell me your name. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll pull some cards for you. I don't really answer questions. I'm not a fortune teller. not a fortune teller. I'm just tuning into the energetics. Yeah, I'm not going there. I don't really, if I'm guided. Oh, Eva, Eva. Well, we can talk about that. So I won't. Okay, we'll talk about that, Eva. I'm not going to ask specific about your particular connection. I will speak about the twin energetic that's at play right now, and yeah. So let me finish here with Helga, and now Helga, there's 7 live viewers and 7 thumbs up, and this is about you showing up for yourself. Again, it always comes back to the journey of personal responsibility and showing up for ourselves and showing up for ourselves and facing whatever comes up about ourselves in the day to day, whatever emotion comes up. How can we show up for ourselves? And listen to your heart. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And this is about an unbridled appreciation and passion for yourself. If you're not seeing the magic in your life, you're being called to bring it in. And the only way that we can bring the magic and wonder into life is get out to nature and begin again. And then face everything that comes up from the space of the child that lives within. So let's get you a chakra card. I'm really feeling solar plexus, taking your power back, calling your power back. The mind, out of the mind and into the heart. You are the master incarnate. It's up to you. You are the portal, the gateway, the all of it. The vessel, the ship, we're all of it. And so begin again by reestablishing a loving and supportive connection with yourself. How you nurture yourself in your day to day. How you get through the day. Are you breathing? Are you exhaling? Are you holding your breath? Can you take some time, 5 to 10 in the morning, and again, 5 to 10 at the end of the day? Can you take some time to breathe into your experience and get out of your mind and tap into imagination and tap into the energetic of co-creation via the pathway of play? Openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. So listen to the voice within, the voice, the gut feelings down here, not the voice in the head, because this one's going to be loud. Like the cat just came screaming in here. The voice in the mind is loud. The chatter, right? Pitter patter, chatter, chatter, right? We can't think straight. I don't want to feel my emotions, so I'm going to think about them. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. We have to feel them. We have to feel them. So, Helga, that's what I've got for you, sister. Thank you so much for being here tonight. That is what's come through. I hope that something there is supportive to you and resonates with you. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate your presence here. Natty Nat, you still here? Natty Nat? Natty Nat. Hear the cat? Catty cat. You're so very welcome, Helga. Yeah, so Natty Nat, this card just fell again. Vampire, and then there's 2 cards here. Oh, nice. So this card fell out as I was waiting for your confirmation. Thank you, Colleen. Thanks so much for showing up, sis. We'll see you again soon. Remember, I'm taking a break tomorrow night. I'm just going to go quiet. And we'll see what unfolds. So, yeah, we'll see you again here soon. Maybe Sunday, probably Sunday. Sunday for the live. So Natty Nat, there's someone or something in your life that for quite some time you have been receiving guidance to, I just heard step aside or move aside. I just heard no longer let things slide, because letting things slide is impacting your ability to glide into life onto your true path of service. Remember, you're here, so you're here for great purpose. You have a spiritual purpose in this lifetime. And in order to uncover and discover your spiritual purpose, you must be willing to devote yourself to the inner work, the servant and the master. The servant and the master is, you're the servant and spirit is the master. Not like we had that card a little while ago, the slave. Was that Helga? We had that card, the slave. It's not slave and master game here. You are here on the path of mastery. And so there's a song, Servant of Peace. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to put it in the comments here. Just give me a second here. It feels important. Okay, so I'm going to just stick it in the stream. Maybe some of you have heard it before. I absolutely adore this song. It's like a mantra. Absolutely adorable. Oh gosh, here we go again. Saku. Am I going to have to put you in a timeout again this week? Okay, so there's a song there that I have shared. Saku, you're going to get put in a timeout if you ask silly questions here. Honestly, I look a little disheveled, don't I? Geesh. So yeah, have a listen to the song. And I'm hearing, like I said, it feels like you've been hearing for quite some time that there's a need to stop letting things slide. It feels like a particular person or energy in your life. Perhaps it's a particular mindset or program, a tape that you have been running over and over again. It was 12221. You are the great reset via the path of your choices and decisions. I'm going to block this person. Honestly, I can't stand this kind of energy. It bugs me. I have no problem blocking, remove. And then we're going to go here and we're just going to say, hide this user, put user in timeout. Yeah. 24 hours. So we don't have to deal tonight. There we go. Yay. Doesn't that feel empowering? Just saying, no, we're not putting up. And that's, it's funny that we're saying for you, Natty Nat, about this vampire. And then this Saku shows up here again. And this guy and a few others have shown up here in the live streams in recent weeks. And their just energy is off. They're energy vampires. And they're coming in. Who knows? Maybe they're coming in to hack the channel or whatever. I had my Facebook community hacked and taken from me about 1.5 years ago, never to get it back. It was like 12 years of my life that was just hijacked, very likely by someone like these people that just come in and take without any intention to create and give to a space and support the growth of a space or a community. I don't have any time for that. And I feel like that's what's coming to rise up within you, is not wasting your time or investing time in spaces that don't deserve your time and attention any longer. And it can be challenging as an empath or a highly sensitive person. It can be quite challenging to disconnect ourselves from other humans, because we have empathy, we have compassion, we feel. At what cost? What is the cost to us to continue to invest in a space that brings nothing to your space? So get rid of those vampires, like flick them out, like we got rid of Saku. get rid of them. And then the servant, the light archetypes, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Absolutely. Finding the joy in life, finding your path of joy, and that will lead you on your path of fulfillment, your path of service, what comes easy to you. Or the shadow, using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. Hey, if this channel, if this act of service was about money, I would have given up a long time ago. It's not what it's about. The greatest reward is coming to this space and watching it grow ever so slowly. It's still growing. To have people that continue to come back to the space and grace me with their presence, and then to have new people come in and support the growth. This is my jam. This is so much fun, and this is so much joy. And so, Natty Nat, the message to you is to follow the path of joy, because you are being guided and supported by the unseen realms. Do you feel them? Do you honor what you feel? Do you acknowledge them? I've been thanking them so much these days. Thank you. So happy for my crew. And the more that we acknowledge their presence, the more that they kind of show off in the spiritual realms as well. And then we get to, polish ourselves off with their love and support, and not show off. Go out in the world and be a good heart, be a good human. Acts of divine service are something as simple as a smile, a look, a connection with another dear soul in their eyes. So many dear humans feel unseen, and some choose to be unseen. And yet, we're here to be seen. We're here to connect with the unseen so that we can forge forward and go forth and allow ourselves to be seen in the world as we are. Brilliant. And that's you, Natty Nat. You are here as a guide for others. First and foremost, you must follow your own guidance that you're receiving from the spiritual realms. Otherwise, your service lacks integrity, right? We have to be the embodiment. It's almost like practice what you preach, but hopefully we're not preachy. Some days I guess I can get a little preachy and soapboxy. Yeah, it's a part of the appeal. But if we don't do our work, it's felt. We feel it. And then the quality of the work, the quality of what we share, the stories we share lack a certain frequency. So doing the inner work, the light attributes represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Again, is this the second one about financial? It is. So this is the second message about financial, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. We don't take the money with us when we die. It's only what we leave behind. And from my personal experience, firsthand experience, people simply fight over it and don't honor the wishes of the deceased anyways, in many cases. So, you may as well enjoy the ride while you're here, being of service and continuing that as you let go and release your need. Yes, we live in a third dimensional realm. We have rent to pay. We have bills to pay. We have food to buy, blah, 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 blah. It's just look up Servant of Peace, Satnam Kaur. It's a beautiful song. Or just copy the link from the chat here and put it in your search engine, or in your whatever it's called, the World Wide Web bar thing. I wish I knew more about. Look at this. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Hey, Andrea, welcome back. Trust your heart. 19 is the sun energy in the major arcana of the tarot. The happiest card in the deck. The sun will shine again. On the other side, and sometimes we hold on too tight, or we hold on to, whether it's rigidity, whether it's people, money, like miserly hoarding things for too long, in spite of it hurting ourselves, that when we let it go, when we release those energies, when we release those people, everything just begins to flow so much more smoothly. You know, instead of rowing our boat, we're just floating. We're just like enjoying the rocking and rolling of the waves, and perhaps experiencing healing, some level of healing in each and every day. We're growing a little. We're growing up a little because we're trusting our gut. We're calling our power back. And the sun in the body resides in the solar plexus. The solar plexus in our body is the home of free will choice, either ego-driven choices or spiritually guided choices. The shift that releasing these energetics, whether they're of your own mind, whether they're in people in your life, when you release this, the shift is going to, the shift you're going to experience is going to be really expansive. So it's going to require courage. It's going to require determination. It feels like Leo season. So the sun will be moving into Leo closer to the end of July, like July somewhere 22nd, 21st, 22nd. And so it feels like Leo season is a season for you to focus on polishing your shine. We're going to have Mercury retrograde for a lot of Leo season. And so this is about inner reflection. What's working for you? What's not working? What feels right and true for you, and what doesn't feel right and true for you? This is how we begin to grow up, by taking responsibility for how we feel in the moment and not judging ourselves, allowing ourselves to feel what needs to be felt. And the more that we honor our gut instincts, the more that we listen, not to the voices in our head, but to the voices that live within our experience, our heart, and our solar plexus, and even our sacral chakra, the more we listen within, the more courageous we become. And it was just the other day I was saying, I see all of you, all of us, like the lions. We got the big lion over our heart. Because this isn't a journey for the faint of heart. No weaklings here. We may feel like we're weaklings sometimes, you know. We're not weaklings. We were all born to shine. We were all here to bring our unique light, you know, our unique frequency to this planetary realm and experience. I just heard speak easy. Speak your life easily into existence. Speak your dreams easy into the moment, so that you experience more ease and peace in what is an unsettling journey, right? It's unsettling. It's coming home to ourselves and taking responsibility for ourselves as grown adults is it's admirable work. And so, Natty Nat, keep going within, listen to your intuition, trust what you know, and follow your gut instincts without hesitation. Leo season 2025 is going to be a biggie for you, and it's going to clear the way for you as we all move towards 2026, which is a universal 10-year. The wheel of fortune turns, the wheel spins. We're moving away from karma into the fated and destined part of the journey. Be brave, be bold, and trust that your heart knows. So, Natty Nat, those are the messages that came through for you. I trust that they've resonated with and will support you now and in any moment when you connect with them again. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up here. Anyone else? Awesome. Yay. That makes my heart so happy. Andrea, would you like some cards? Let me know if anyone else is here that would like some cards. Yeah, of course, you're next. I was going to say, if, I don't know if there's anyone else here. If anyone else would like some cards, we're wrapping it up. Oh, you're my pleasure, Natty Nat. Please do come back again and visit us soon. I go live every day. I have been guided that I am taking a break tomorrow. I'm going to listen to my team. I feel tired. I feel absolutely pooped. And so I'm going to see what tomorrow brings through. And yeah, so we'll be back here live on Sunday, either probably around 12:21 in the afternoon. That tends to be the time we go live every day on this channel. So, Andrea, here we go. Welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome back. Something about that Welcome Back Cotter theme song. Welcome back. It's almost like it feels, Andrea, as if you too are experiencing this level up. It's not so much that it is visible in the third dimensional experience at this time. It's a feeling from the inside. It's like a that like like the little sound. I remember it like from Pac-Man or something, like the little sound when they ate the ghosts or whatever. It's like a level up. And you're gaining in momentum. It feels like this gaining in momentum. I'm having this like pain right here. Can you see? Right here. So it's the bottom of the right shoulder blade. Okay. The message that's coming through, Andrea, is that an important component of this level up at this time is to acknowledge the pain, the residual pain from what came behind. And it's the back of the heart space, although it's more, is it the back of the lungs there? Maybe the back of the lungs. Oh, you know what I just heard? Allow life to take your breath away. Allow life to take your breath away. And in order to do that, it's almost like there's a release of the dead weight. Release of the dead weight, open to abundance floodgate. Ooh la la. Femme fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens the heart where your dependency is rejected. Oh, wow. You know what? We're keeping that because look, she's showing her back here too. And I literally turned and pointed to a spot on the back. So perhaps it feels energetically like you're being called to remove whatever proverbial knife you may feel has been in your back. And you know what? That's an act of self-love, and it's an act of courage to continue to go out there in the world and be in spaces where you can feel shoo, 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 shoo. It's like they're having like, practice throwing knives at your back as you walk, as you walk into a room or out of a room, usually out of the room, right? Because with the back. And so, you know what? It's a powerful woman, a powerful man that does their own what they can do to clear those energetics. No one's really throwing knives at us. Energetics, though, people can throw energetic stuff at us all the time and often do, because Well, that's just what humans do. Let's face it, it's what humans do. We jump to conclusions, we make assumptions, and yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. And it boils down, it always boils down to the individual experience. And you know what? We're human. It's the acknowledgement of the things that we do, and then where the growth comes, where the spiritual awakening, where the healing comes, is like growing up and acknowledging that we do such things, or we did such things, and taking responsibility and moving beyond it. The first messages that came out here tonight were about forgiveness. And so this is where we are. We're in this space of forgiveness. We are being offered grace. We're being encouraged to have a vision for our life and bring it to life via our passions, via the pathway of forgiveness. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. And then the shadow attributes here. So highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Perhaps that's the wound. Perhaps that's the wound of the feminine, right? The rejection of love, the rejection of an invitation to a heightened experience. And yet, rejection is often nothing more than divine protection. Oh, here we go again. And the shadow attributes: inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power. And again, if that's like, these are the shadows that we want to break through, because money and power in the physical, like these people that appoint themselves in positions of power, doesn't mean anything in the etheric realms or the spiritual realms. The true power is you and I, the divine royalty, here to rise and shine and thrive beyond the trauma of the mind and the child that lives inside. Look at this, money. 14 is the Temperance card. Be patient with yourself. Well, if your boyfriend's toxic, I'd say leave him. What's he bringing to the table? And is it nourishing? I'm feeling the energy of Pisces here. 5, the number of change. 25 comes to 7, the Chariot, your physical body. But the fishes really have me feeling the Pisces energy. You, Andrea, are the bridge of the experience of heaven on earth. And, as women, we know that we're more than the vessel. Well, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. I'm being guided to ask you, how do you view yourself? Where does your worth reside? What do you feel worthy of a good life? Oh, we're back to this card, the very first card, the card that I pulled out for myself before the live started. Imagination, focus, experience, manifestation. Like, how do you see yourself? How do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as an object to be used and abused, and not necessarily used and abused, but to stay in places that aren't serving what you're worthy of experiencing? And, you are the living, breathing example for your child as well, who is another feminine. She's in her maiden phases. You're the mother. We're here to be good examples. Stable, secure, not tolerating abuse or settling for toxicity. And if we settle for that, we still have we have our own healing to do as well. Why would we settle for that? I mean, that's the age-old question, right? Why would we settle for that? Well, probably because we don't feel or believe we deserve anything more. You know, we just go, oh, well, history has shown me this. No, you're the end of it. Stop it. So, balance. And what are your feelings around money? Perhaps part of the reason you stay or don't stay or go or don't go is a part of that financial reasons. I know so many people, I hear so many people say, oh, you know, that are in unhappy relationships that stay because financial. Like, are you kidding me right now? What are you sacrificing? What do you sacrifice to stay somewhere for financial? We're survivors. Well, I mean, I guess not everybody is. Not everybody has the strength and courage to forge a path alone. You do if you're here. Absolutely, you do. We don't stay in places that diminish our worth or that aren't integral, or we're staying because we're using somebody or somebody's using us. Like, what's divine about that? The wake up and the realization that we deserve more. So, Andrea, I really feel like Spirit's asking you to have a good look at yourself and how you view yourself. It does feel like there's a need, and this would be in the sacral chakra. So I was going to say, it does feel like there's a need for some healing within the sacral chakra. And this is the energy of the sacral chakra, you know, stability, safety, resources. And it speaks of finances, power, and abundance. And what are your views when given those words, finances, power, generosity, and abundance? What do those words mean to you? And how do you embody those energies in your life? And how perhaps can you bring them into balance? Because we have those fish there again with that. And we have the nodes of the moon in Virgo and Pisces, right? The healing axis of the zodiac. It's time. It's time, Andrea, to settle into your heart. Stop listening to your mind. Close your eyes. I just heard third eye blind. It's time to get back to a sense of an imagination. And yes, women, we are sensual. We're, you know, as humans, men and women, we're here to have the entirety of the experience in these vessels of flesh. And many of us have had those age-old experiences that haven't really been generous of spirit, haven't been uplifting and fulfilling, have been toxic, have been codependent. We're done with that. We're done with that. We're not, why would we settle for that when we are divine royalty here for divine union, reunion? You know, the emperor and empress coming together, remembering who they are and making a fresh start. And so whatever path, if there's the push and pull going on within you, Andrea, I would focus on becoming the balance so that you can hear clearly. Meditation, prayer, connection with nature will be very supportive to you. And if you can dream it, I just noticed here in the imagination card, is that an eagle in the middle there? It is. Direct to source. Andrea, take your petition, take your prayers, your conversations direct to source. Source is ever present in your experience, and you are worthy and deserving of so much more. So, my sister, that is that's what I've got for you tonight. I hope that something here resonated with you and inspired you and supports you and encourages you to choose your soul. Highest choice, highest actions, answer the call of love. So is anyone else here that would like a reading? Let me know, or I'm going to go. I just, no singing really tonight. See, my energy's subdued. I was saying at the beginning of the the connection, I've had like quite a upset stomach all day, which is unusual. So yeah. Oh, it's an honor to connect with you. Thank you so much for being an open channel to receive. And thank you so much for allowing me to tune into your energy and share messages with you. I'm so pleased that they resonated. It's always, I'm always amazed. Little Lisa Lyle here and, tapping into like her highly sensitive feelings and, connecting with other dear humans. What a gift. What a gift. I'm born for this. I'd live for this. So, if no one else is here, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'll just give it a second to see if anyone pops in and says anything. Maybe we'll go out in the same way that we started, just with a different singing bowl. Oh, no, they're saying this one. I just heard when they said the other singing bowl, it's about honoring the truth that you know. You are here now as the current, as the vessel for spiritual growth. I just heard dreams do come true. Believe in you. Trust the voice, the quiet voice that speaks within you. Listen to the space between your breath. Your heart knows best. Thank you, everyone, for showing up tonight. I see you. I feel you. I love you. As always, it is such a delight to connect with you. We'll be back here Sunday, early afternoon, 12:21, for a dose of the Daily Divine. I'm taking the night off tomorrow. My guides have said it's a timeout day, so they've put me in a timeout because I'm getting sick and tired of hearing my own voice. So, great. That means tomorrow I get to listen to the voices in my head. No, more like the voice, the song of my heart. So until Sunday, everyone, take good care. Have a fantastic weekend, a day, a week, a month, whenever you connect with us. I trust there will be something here for you. I see you. I feel you. I love you. I thank you so much for your showing up here. Until next time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.